And I thank you, Ms. Swing. And I want to make sure we start the meeting on time. I hate we had to do it this way. My plan, and I held out as long as I could, was to still meet in person, for sure those that could at Ware County. But because of the storm, and then there were some issues at Ware County. Originally, they were going to let us come in, even though they weren't going to have school on today. But then after the storm came through, they just asked that we not do that. I hope that you are all safe at the time. I'm sure that there's probably damage around. Perhaps there's some damage to your personal property. There may be even some damage to your schools. If you have damage to your schools, let me know. You can send me an email and just let me know. It was on the call with Mr. Hughes this morning, and if there is damage and there's something that we can do, as far as letting other folks know and maybe getting some help, let us know, and we'll see what we can do. So I appreciate you joining this way. Obviously, this is not ideal, and we certainly don't want to do this any more than we have to. One of the things that perhaps a lot of you were looking forward to today was getting your South Region calendar that we have printed, this big labor of love that we put together. The hardest thing that we do in here is in the office is put that calendar together as far as putting dates down as to when things are going. And the second thing is making sure that everything in that calendar is spelled correctly and is in the right place, and we got the teachers down and the spacing is correct. And Ms. Swing spends a lot of time putting that together. And then we have to almost put ice packs around the printer as we print those calendars. And so I know you were looking forward to getting that, but we will have those for you at the region rally. Okay, so there'll be those of you that ask for one, it'll be in your packet when you come to region rally. So if you are not one that is coming to region rally, your chapter or whatever, and you did ask for a calendar, then let me know and we'll figure out some other way. We'll mail it to you, or I'll send it by somebody else, but we'll make sure you get it. So anyway, let's move along here, and thank you again for joining today. These are, I'm going to try not to skip too fast. These are our area officers. If we were in person, they would be meeting and we'd be hearing from them, but they're your Area 5 and Area 6 officers. You will see them a lot throughout the year at different activities and different events, and I hope that you speak to them and encourage them. Sure do appreciate those counties, those chapters that prepare these students. Ms. Swing has already been working with them, and they are a fantastic group of individuals, and we look forward to seeing what they do. There's our state officer team. One of those is in our office, Miss Macy Goodman. She's our state secretary. She is our office worker, our student worker. She signed on with us this year. She's already been helping us out and getting some things together for us, and we appreciate what she does. In fact, 6 of those are on the campus at ABAC, so we see those on a regular basis. Miss Goodman and the rest of the officers would tell you that they want to encourage you to utilize them, reach out to them. They love to do chapter visits, so reach out and ask them to come and be a part of your class. And I hope that you will sign up for some of the activities that they'll be putting on this year, some of the conferences, and we look forward to a great year with those state officers. A GVATA or a PRC update. Mr. Chisholm or Miss Pickren, do you guys, either one of you guys, have anything that you would like to share with the group today?
I'll say a quick thing.
Go ahead.
All right. Pretty much everything's on the screen. I guess some new things is we are hosting the Region 5 conference this summer in Warner Robins. Going to be some good opportunities there. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. And then the last one, we're really reeling back our committees that many of you have been on before, kind of simplifying those. If there's, I'm definitely going to be reaching out to some folks, but if you want to volunteer, please do. There's not going to be near as many, I believe 4 or 5. And again, we'll be aligning with NAAE, something that we can really take and use for the organization. Reach out to me if I can assist with anything. And that's all I got. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Chisholm. Ms. Pickering, anything on PRC? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but. All right. If you haven't paid PRC dues, let me encourage you to do so. That is in my opinion, one of the best things that we do to help protect our program, help protect our extended day and extended year monies and our young farmer programs. So, Mr. Chisholm, Ms. Pickering, thank you for your service to GVATA, and look forward to working with you guys.
Yes, they just want us to reiterate, you know, $150 investment for what we get for the for those services is a small price to pay to ensure our extended day and extended year.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that. All right, Ms. Schwing, a horticulture update.
Okay. So there's my contact information for anyone that needs it. So we are planning to put your calendars in your region rally packets next week so that you guys can get those hard copies of those calendars. I also wanted to bring your attention to the ways that you can access the calendar online. So there are 2 other ways that you can look at the calendar besides the hard copy. The first one is the Google Calendar. That's the best option. It's got the most information in one spot, and it's always going to be up to date. So you can access that Google Calendar by going to the South Region page. And then you can also access our PDF link to the printed calendar in case you wanted to share that with administrators, or you wanted to print a copy for your chapter officers, or if you just wanted to have another copy, you would have access to that PDF link. So start by clicking on the South Region link on the Georgia Ag Ed website. Mr. Rachel, we can go to the next slide. And then on the bottom right-hand corner, there is a link that says South Region Ag Ed Calendar. That'll take you to the Google Calendar. To access the PDF calendar, Mr. Rachel, you can click it. It's in 2 locations. So if you click on guidelines, forms, and documents on that page that we were
recording in progress.
It will give you can access it on the right-hand side where the documents are, or you can access it in the link where it says South Region Printable Calendar. If you have any questions about the calendar, please let me know. If you want to add it to your own personal Google Calendar and you can't figure out how to do that, I'm happy to help you with doing that as well. Okay, Region Rally. I'm stoked about Region Rally. I think even with the craziness that's going on right now, we have a great rally planned for y'all next week and for your 2,600 students that will be in attendance, advisors and students. Registration was due last Thursday. If you needed to add 1 or 2 students, you were able to do that. But at this point in time, we cannot add any additional students. Registration is closed. You do not have to put any names whenever you did Region Rally registration. So if you've had a student drop, you're welcome to fill that student. And within your own counties, if y'all have openings, y'all are welcome to fill those. You will get the same items. You'll get your t-shirts and you'll get your lunches for the number of students that you have registered. You should have already received an invoice from Ashley If that invoice is not correct or you need something changed on it, please reach out to her and she can have it corrected for you. If you participate or if you signed up pre-registered for one of those activities that was in that email, so Ag Olympics, Wiffle Ball, South Region's Got Talent, or the Mud Hole Fishing Lures, South Region's Got Talent, you already received an email from me. Ag Olympics, I will send out some information to you all. It's not very much information, but just some logistics logistics information for that day. But Wiffle Ball and Mud Hole will be coming from Mr. Stone and Mr. Beecham. A map and a detailed schedule of events is going to be emailed out to you all. I think I'm going to have that finished today, depending on how long this meeting lasts. So you may get that today. If not, I promise to have it to you by early next week. Just so that you all can be aware of what the schedule and what the events are, and you can have a conversation with your students about that prior to next week. I just want to encourage you also, we have 2,600 people that are going to be on the fairgrounds. We have about 40 volunteers coming to help us, plus some of the other industry reps that are running the booths, but that is not a drop in the bucket when it comes to what we need to be able to supervise your students. Please just make sure that you know where your students are. Make sure that they are participating in the events that are at the rally, and everything. Make sure they're getting to do everything. We have created a scavenger hunt for them that should encourage them to go and experience different components of the rally for the chance to win a $50 Amazon gift card. So we hope that that will encourage them to go out. You all have the option. It's not mandatory, it's not required, but we hope it's something that will help you to bring a tent to kind of set up as your housing.
Dad called.
Okay, hold on, baby. My son's in his underwear. Welcome to Mom and Ag Teacher Life. So tents, you're welcome to bring a tent, a place for you to set up, so that if you want to bring a cooler full of water, or if you want to bring anything for you or your kids, that you've got a place where you can put stuff and it's yours, and your students can go and take a break or check in. Mr. Beecham, if you'll switch to that next slide. This section right here where it says chapter tents, that's where we're asking you all to set those up. We've kind of have reserved that space specifically for you to be able to set up your tents. There should be plenty of room all along those white buildings. And we can go from where registration is all the way down to where the airplanes take off. So that'll be for you, and you can set your tents up there and bring whatever you need for that. Next slide. Okay, fall plug pickup was supposed to be today. We have rescheduled that. I have talked to, I think, every one of you multiple times. We have rescheduled that for Tuesday. I understand that is inconvenient. It is incredibly inconvenient for me, but it's what matches what most people who ordered plugs need, and we're being flexible and we're trying to help each other. So County Farm Plant Company took all of your plugs off of the truck, and they have put them in their own greenhouse, and they've watered them, and they're taking care of them for you all until Tuesday. Plug pickup will be at Ware County High School. Ware County Ag Center. And I just want to take a minute to specifically thank all of those ag teachers in Ware County, because they have been very flexible in us having to change our plans. Lynn Barber went out there at 7 this morning and unlocked the gate in case we were doing plug delivery today. So thank y'all for being willing to house us and host us and being flexible today. Your invoices for those plugs will be attached to stakes that will be with your plugs when you pick them up, and they will be grouped in alphabetical order so that you will be able to find them. I will not be out there that day whenever you come to pick up your plugs. I have to come back to Tifton so that I can get us our parts for Region Rally ready. So we're trusting you all to get your trays and not touch anyone else's and not mess with any of Ware County Ag Center's stuff. If you need anything, if the gate is locked for whatever reason, or you need anything while you're out there, please feel free to call me or call one of the Ware County Ag teachers. If there are any problems, please let me know. I will check those off that morning whenever the truck comes to deliver, and you can pick your plugs up anytime between 9 a.m. and 5:30. I do ask that you're there to pick up your plugs by 5:30. It's one thing to ask me to wait on you. It's my job to help you guys with plugs, but please don't ask the Ware County Ag teachers to wait on you to get your plugs that day. Please make sure that you've submitted payment for your plugs by October. All right, Mr. Beecham, next slide. All right, employment skills. That has also changed. They were originally due today, hard copies, but you're not able to turn them in. So if you can email me or email the application's email address a PDF copy of your cover letter and resume by tomorrow, if possible. There are going to be special circumstances. Some of y'all do not have any power or internet or cell service in your counties, and I completely understand. I'm going to work with you. Just make sure you're communicating with me as best as you can. I don't have a date yet. I'm gonna be real honest on when I'm going to be able to get Area 6 resumes and cover letters scored, but I'm gonna do my very best to have it to you before the Friday or by the Friday after Region Rally. So a week from tomorrow. We will announce the top 10 that are moving on to the interview round. Our Area 5 event, our Area 6 event is going to be at Atkinson County High School. Excited to go there for the first time to have this event. Okay. Floral Design Mini Clinics. I sent a reminder email about that today. Registration for those clinics does close tomorrow. I will order materials for those clinics on Monday morning. If you need to on Tuesday morning. If you need to add or cancel, I need you to do it by Tuesday morning before I go to place that order. Just so that I have an accurate count of the flowers that you all need. This is an expensive workshop for us to put on, and I want to make sure that we have enough flowers and hard goods for you all. We will have 4 workshops, one in Cairo, one in Colquitt County High School, one at Wayne County High, and one at Atkinson County High. Just because a workshop is in Area 5 does not mean that you cannot attend that workshop. If it works better geographically or just for your schedule, you can come to any of them. You can come to all of them. They are all the same workshop. But if you have a different set of students that you want to bring, you're welcome to do that. The cost is $30 per student. Registration is through JotForm. You have the opportunity to go ahead and purchase t-shirts for your students as well. So it's the same t-shirt that we will use for the Floral Design CDE. But I wanted, if you've got students that are really interested in floral design, but maybe they're just not as good as the student that is going to be competing in the event, I wanted you guys to be able to have the option to let them have a t-shirt. So that is in the JotForm with the mini clinic registration. We will open t-shirt orders back up whenever we do the Floral Design CDE registration as well. Invoices are sent, you can stay there. Invoices for Floral Design Mini Clinic through JotForm will be sent directly to you as soon as you submit your registration. And you should be able to edit that if you need to. If you're not able to edit and you need to make changes, just submit another JotForm. When I see that you have 2 registrations, I'll call you and we can figure out what to do. Some of you are having internet issues today and it like submitted 2. And so we'll get it worked out. No worries. Okay, Georgia National Fair. There's a lot of information and it was sent to you in an email. So I'm not going to read it to you. But there are several horticulture opportunities for the fair this year. Floral design is the one that I'm in charge of. So if you have questions specifically about floral design, reach out to me. Any other horticulture events, reach out to Melissa Riley. there are two themes. There's a floral design theme, and then there's a chapter booth for horticulture theme. Floral design is around the world. If you need some ideas about what to do for that, I've had several of you reach out. So around the world just means a floral design theme that could be used at an event where that is the theme of the event. So maybe it's an arrangement that is inside of a globe, or maybe it's an arrangement that has different flags built into the arrangement. It could be one specific country. So maybe you do an arrangement that has a Greek theme, or Ireland, or any other country. It's just meant to be something that would incorporate different design ideas. You can also take that and go into like the Ikebana Japanese arrangements. Use your interpretation, but just make sure that someone who judges it will be able to determine if it matches the theme. Okay, there's a contest for floral design, and then there's also exhibits. Just make sure that you read through that information and let me know if you have questions. Chapter booths, the theme is innovations in horticulture. Go ahead, Ms. Rachel. You also can participate in landscape plans, mini booths. There's a horticulture and an agri-science mini booth. There are other content areas that have mini booths also. Live plants and materials, and then the horticulture ID contests. One thing I do want to call to your attention, at the fair for the horticulture ID contests, teams can be made up of 5 students, but the top 4 scores will count on that team. Okay. All right, our South Region Floral Design CDE. Registration is going to open on September 25th. It will close on October the 12th. The cost is $20 to cover materials for that. Your students will have the opportunity to take their arrangements with them after the event, but you do have to wait until our judges have finished scoring those designs to be able to take them. The event for Area 6 will be at Ware County High School. There have been no changes to the content of the event or anything in the CDE guidelines, but I do want to call your attention to the fact that this is a CDE revision year. So as you guys are going about any of the horticulture CDs or any of the CDEs, if you have thoughts about things that you would like to change, please share them with me so that we can get them on our notes and make those changes for the next year. I will go ahead and tell you, go ahead and expect there to be some changes on the ID lists for all 3 of the horticulture events. All right, floriculture registration will open on October 16th and it'll close November the 9th. Area 6 will take place at Wayne County High School. No changes this year. We will have our floriculture potluck ID event again this year. We have rotated that over to Area 6 this year. Our nursery landscape plant ID potluck will be in Area 5, and I will rotate those back and forth each year. The South Region Floriculture Plant ID potluck will be at Ware County Ag Center on October the 3rd. We have changed that format a little bit to where it is only going to be a 2-hour window from 1 to 3 p.m. It is open to students and it's open to teachers. It's just meant to be a training opportunity. So for you guys to see as many plants and disorders in one place as you possibly can for free. I do ask that you all help participate in bringing those plants. And so there will be a sign-up sheet for you all to sign up for what you would like to bring. You'll bring those at 1 o'clock. We'll all stay until 3 o'clock, and then you'll be able to take those plants with you whenever you leave. And go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, nursery landscape. This event is next semester, but wanted to go ahead and call your attention to it because registration opens as soon as you guys get back from Christmas break on January the 16th. And it will close February the 7th. This event will be at Pierce County High School. No changes to the event. And our nursery plant ID potluck will be at Irwin County High School on November the 28th. That event will happen in conjunction with another set of CDEs that we have going on in Area 5. So it will be from 4:30 to 5:30 that day. And I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about proficiencies. That due date has not changed. It will still be February the 1st. All proficiencies will still be turned into the application manager. No hard copies are required for that. I wanted to go ahead and continue our goal of having proficiency started in the application manager by November 1st. So if y'all can have those,
Bye, Mom.
hi, buddy. If you can go ahead and have those started in the application manager by so the student's name and the application category are already put in there. That way we can go ahead and start planning for the rest of the year. It just helps us. And that was a very successful tactic for us this past year. We'll get to that in just a minute. Some things I want to remind you about: ninth graders must have 1 year of membership to be able to complete a proficiency, which means that if your ninth grader completes a proficiency, they had to have been an FFA member in middle school. Additionally, your students have to have 2 calendar years of SAE records. So that doesn't mean they have to have a full year, but they have to have, so if they were turning one in for 2023, they would have had to have had records from 2022 and 2023, even if it was just last semester. Additionally, proficiency areas, they are just tricky all around, even for teachers who have been doing proficiencies for a while. So double check on that. It never hurts my feelings for you to call me and say, hey, let's just run through this real quick and make sure that we have the right category. We have added some proficiency prep days because I really feel like you all want to do well at proficiencies. You just need the tools. And so there are 4 proficiency Q&As for you and your students in January before proficiencies are turned in February the 1st. Those dates and locations are there. Those do coincide with CDE dates. So you already have students that are coming to those events. Just you guys come, bring your students who have proficiencies. Let's look at those together, ask questions, fine tune those so that you can highlight the successes of your students and their SAE projects. Right. The last thing I wanted to do, I just wanted to take a minute and congratulate you all on your success for National Convention this year. In the South region as a whole, we had 21 state winners in proficiencies. That is incredible. Like that's beyond what my goal was for you all this year. We had 10 national finalists come from the South region. We had 8 last year, so we've increased that number. We also had 5 gold, 5 silver, and 1 bronze. And I think it's important to highlight those too, especially those 5 gold, because they were so close. Like they were really close to being national finalists. We had 58 American degrees this year. Shout out to Coffee County because they had like so many American degrees this year. 37 is what we had last year. American degrees are they're evidence that you are building relationships with your students because your students are coming back and wanting to finish it out and get that American degree. So kudos to you all. We had 3 Agri-Science Fair finalists, 7 national chapter 2 and 3 stars. We had 6 last year, so we improved that a little bit this year. Shout out to Golden Isles Career Academy. They were selected out of the entire nation for one of their activities in the premier chapter, building communities. That's a big deal. And so we're really proud of Golden Isles and Amy Stalvey. Good job. And then we have a national officer candidate from the South region this year, Erin Allison. She's from Tift County. So in the whole state of Georgia this year, our South region FFA member was the student chosen to represent us. So I know I say this a lot. I mean it every time. I love working in the South region, and I love getting to work with you all. And I am incredibly proud of the work that you all put in to highlight your students' work this year. And it's hard to compile it all onto one slide, and there are no words to like adequately express the work and the joy that I have for what all you have done. So I'll just say thank you, and please let me know if there's anything that I can do for you all to continue this slide again next year. That's all I got, Mr. Beecham.
All right, thank you, Ms. Schwing. I think we might have to label Ware County as our second region office as much as we utilize them down there. So thanks to the Ware County folks for working with us. Sure do appreciate that. Just a little bit of review here. Remember that our evaluation for this year, Area 6, you guys will be evaluated in person by the region staff. That'll be done on April 10th in Patterson. So you'll get more information about that. You know, start building your notebooks and putting that together, and it just makes it run real simple. A few slides from Mr. Lastly at FFA update. Some of this we saw at excuse me, at summer conference. Chapter rosters, those haven't changed. I think Miss Hannah Elrick sent out an email today talking about that. Remember, middle school chapters, $900 fee for affiliation, and in high school it's $9.05 per student. Remember, every student that is in your class should be on the roster. Doesn't matter if they're going to ever compete in one of your events. That kid got put in there for whatever reason, but they need to be on your roster. Those invoices will be sent to you after you complete your enrollment. Those membership fees are due by November 15th. And then you do your declaration completion of enrollment. Ms. Schwing's already alluded to this about the proficiencies, and all those are web-based, so no hard copies. We've done so much better in the quality of those. It's amazing, and I appreciate your hard work on that. For a while there, we had problems with plagiarism. I'm not saying that it's not still there, but it is not even close to as prevalent as it used to be. So thank you for looking at that. Your record books are all online. SAE for All, if you need some ideas for that, you can go to that website there, that saeforall.org. And remember that food service jobs are not considered for state and American degree or proficiency application. I understand that he works at the steakhouse and steak is a beef product and somebody's raising that, but if he's the kid that's just scraping it off and cleaning the dishes, that doesn't count. He's the one serving it, or she's the one serving it, whatever the case may be. Those are not considerations for that. And the only reason we have to put that in there is because it comes up from time to time. Make sure your community service activities are true community service activities. You've heard Mr. Lastly talk about that over and over and over again. Raising money for your FFA chapter is not a service activity. Religious and church activities, while great, and I think we all need to be a part of that, are not community service activities. Be clear about what the student did and who was impacted. FFA Day at the fair, that information has been sent out, so be aware of that. All CDE award guidelines are up for review this year. Committees will start working on those. So if you have ideas of how to change these CDEs or LDEs, reach out to area teachers and let us know what you need. Registration is always as it has been in the past. National Convention, you guys have been preparing for that, and you know about those costs on that. There's some more about the National Convention. Ms. Schwing had alluded to that, and what we were able to do in the South region. Congratulations to Mr. Chad Cruz, Ms. Audrey Pickering, who will be receiving their honorary American degrees this year. Mr. Bias wanted me to share some young farmer information with you. Young farmers, thank you for what you do. Thank you for your assistance at the livestock show. Mr. Bias was raved about how well it went, how smooth it went. So thank you for your participation in that. Thank you for what you've done to improve the Young Farmer Program through the audit. How you, when things were asked of you, you stepped up and changed whatever needed to be changed or gave clarity to what needed to be clarified. So thank you for that. Outstanding Farm Family, those will be judged pretty soon, and congratulations to Wayne County Young Farmer, who has a finalist for the Outstanding Farm Family, Jacob and Emily Nolan. So those will be judged pretty soon. So good luck to those. Young Farmer applications that are due October 1, you see those listed there, your chapter award, Young Ag Professional, your Young Beginning Producer, your course calendar and program of activities, and Outstanding Member. Make sure you have those in a prominent place. You know when those due dates are. Sunbelt Ag Expo Q-Fest, October 18th in Moultrie. You'll be getting more information about that coming up. Terrell Week Scholarship are due November the 1st. And then the South Region Caucus is on November the 6th at Sunbelt Expo site, hosted by Coffee and Bacon County. And thank you for that. Make sure that you come and you bring 2 delegates to the caucus. A few more dates: National Young Farmer Institute in Dallas, in College Station, Texas. December has their spokesperson and application manuscripts due. State convention for the Young Farmer. Registration closes on December the 29th. And remember, all of your Young Farmer applications go to that Young Farmer applications email. Some have asked if they needed to go both to the applications of the Young Farmer and to the South Region. They do not. Young Farmers, you can submit those straight to those applications, those Young Farmer applications, and anything that I need to see or put on some type of evaluation sheet, I can access right there. So you only need to send it once. Young Farmer Convention is January 29th through the 19th through the 21st at Jekyll Island. Registration's coming out soon, and links for your lodging will be sent there as well. And then the legislative day is scheduled for February the 7th. So you'll see more details of that coming out as it gets a little closer. And again, thank you, Young Farmers, for what you do. Some alumni information. There's a council meeting on September the 13th. And if you've got anything you'd like to share or concern about the alumni, please let Mr. Bias or your area rep know. And you see who those are listed there on the screen. If you don't have an alumni, let me encourage you to do so. Contact Ms. Joy Crosby, or you contact Mr. Bias. He can give you some more information on how to get that started. September 1, they'll start emailing membership invoices for alumni, and you see some dates of alumni things there, applications that are due, rosters that are due, and then the state convention is held in conjunction with the FFA state convention in April. CTURN, we continue to improve on the courses that we offer there. I can assure you that staff is listening to you and trying to offer what you want. We want to offer more than just preparing for CDEs, but quality education that you can take back and use in your classroom with all of your students. So if you have suggestions for that, contact us in the region office and let us know what you would like to see. And you know that it's a part of all of your program of work requirements that you attend a professional learning class that is conducted by state ag ed staff. There's a lot of other things that you can do. There's a lot of other professional learnings on the CTAE resource network, and I'm not saying you can't attend those, but know that as far as your program of work is concerned, it has to be one that the state staff offer. All right, Mr. Collins.
All right, thank you. Well, it looks like the squirrels come back and rejoined us. It's like the roaches of the wildlife world, but we'll deal with that. And always remember that revenge is the dish best served cold. All right, before we get started with our forestry deal today, Jay Bennett, the boys from Ware County reached out to me and he's interested in getting into the fish world. And some of y'all folks out there, like Golden Isles, who's had experience with fish in the past, and like tilapia and prawns, any others, please email or text me so I can pass your information along to Jay Bennett there at Ware County, so he can kind of talk to y'all about the good things and the bad things about fish culture. In the first slide we have right here, tomorrow you'll get a email about ordering some pond pine seedlings. If you're interested in them, you'll have to order them before October the 1st, and you can pick them up at GBATA. They're not free, but if it is interesting to you, there it is. All right, next slide. Folks, this year there's been a change of statement of relations. Please be aware. The old statement of relations, all of this wasn't the case. But moving forward, to try to keep building that 4-H and FFA relationship in your county, just be aware of all the forestry events that they now consider the same. Don't let the county agent use your kids and burn them, and you can't have them for your events, and vice versa. So let's just go ahead and kind of be aware for that. All right. First event that we have coming up for Area 5 is going to be ENR at Coffee Middle. You have emails about that. The team activity for the seniors, and this year is actually going to be on ecosystems. So make sure that y'all are using the correct resources, the brown book with a little bitty sea turtle on it. And since we're talking about CDEs, folks, please remember this. Be courteous, and if you're coming, please register, because that's just like showing up at somebody's house expecting supper and they didn't even know you were coming. Only thing that you're not going to share my steak from me. Only thing you would get is 2 pieces of light bread, and you can make you a wish sandwich. But also, if you're not coming and you registered, please be courteous and tell the event superintendent that you are not coming. Jerry Stone said this earlier to the first year teachers. Common courtesy goes a long way, but sometimes it may not be as common as it needs to be. All right, let's see what else we got going on this year. Land judging. There it is. Our boys in Atkinson and girls in Atkinson County got some land judging going on. Registration is going to be out there at the Young Farmer headquarters, just right there on the campus grounds, and we'll get started with that event. Always be prepared for rain. And look at this, state land judging contest at the Sunbelt Ag Expo on that Wednesday. All right. Few questions about land judging. Now, those of y'all who've done land judging, I have found out that not everybody knows about this resource. So please look for it. Type in Web Soil Survey on your search bar. Start it, and look at it. It has the whole United States mapped out with a soil survey. So it's not going to give you the answers to all these land judging contests, because we don't know what's in the ground, just like you didn't know what's in the Christmas present there on your Christmas morning. So that's a good guide. What else we got? Let's see. All right. Forestry at the Georgia National Fair. Just like horticulture, we got stuff too. It has rules. It has events. Our chapter booth theme that we have is Georgia Forest. What's in it for me? Any questions? Put it in the chat. Clicking right along. Next thing we have at the Albany Fair. Those y'all folks can come over there too. It's the same as Okefenokee Fair, but they don't discriminate against Area 6. Y'all can come, and if you want to, you can take their money. It's all up to you. Those are the same events. Those are the dates and times if it is interesting to you. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Oh, forestry contest and stuff at the Okefenokee Fair. Just like it always is. There's your stuff. Any questions, comments? Moving right along. Next thing we got is the Wildlife CDE. Area contest. Look at there. It's gonna be at Long County High School. State CDE then. There must be a bunch of comments because my phone is blowing up. Also, when we're on this slide, our boys there at Pierce and girls at Pierce County, inside the county, are wanting to put together a tree ID contest for Tuesday, October the 12th for your students. And also, there's going to be a C-turn training for you teachers. Please look at that, and there'll be some information to come. Also, we want you to be able to bring some tree samples to help the event, so the people putting on the event won't have to gather so many. All right, what else we got? Agriculture communications. Folks, good contest. We're in agriculture. We need to know how to communicate. Our friends in Bacon County is going to be our host. Just realize that you have to submit a media plan prior to Christmas. Okay. And then right there on December 11th, then it's graded over Christmas. And then you'll go to Bacon County High School, present that, then take the editing quiz and the actual quiz over the reference material. Only other thing that I have is the last slide of the day coming up, that talks about CDEs. We have 4-man forestry contest, student forestry field day training, and teacher C-turn class is kind of coming up. One thing about the deal there at Rocky Bend, I do have a first-year teacher, and I'm going to work with him on making sure that date happens. But if it does not turn into a reality, I'll let y'all know as soon as possible. But just be aware that January 11th date is mighty early in January, and we're aware of that, and we're aware of how quick it is for y'all to get back into school. But just the way that we got some stuff shoved on top of us in the month of January, February, that's the best thing that we could kind of do. All right. And as always, guys, we need to make sure that we help you reach your goals. And we know how kind of stressful it can be, but as us teachers in the South region, that's our job, is to help prepare you for all your events. And go to our webpage, and there may be some helpful stuff that you can look on from time to time. And to close up with my section for the day, I just want to let y'all know my public service announcement is the Margarita burn is a real thing. So make sure that you don't do it. Just don't do it. And that's all I have. So if y'all got any questions, comments, just talk to us. Thank you.
Yeah, that slide right there is so much better in person. If we could be there. So Collins be glad to share with you about what you shouldn't do when you're cutting down like lemon trees and citrus trees and then going out and working in the yard afterwards. Not a good thing. Not a good combo. All right. Sunbelt Expo is coming up in October, and you know that all of the activities going on there, from the ag mechanics exhibits that can be there to the contests that go on. You probably getting a lot of different emails from that, or you'll see more of those as come through. So just make sure you put that in your mind. And then, of course, Mr. Collins told you about the land judging event that's going to be held at the expo this year as well. All right. Mr. Claxton, you are up, sir. Good to have you with us today.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Good to being able to attend things. I'd like to take just a moment to thank everybody for the text and phone calls. Everything means a lot. And I I'm doing really well. Things are going well. So hopefully mid-October, I'll be back with y'all. Get to see all of y'all smiling faces a lot more. So, but things are going well. And anyway, thank you for all the texts, phone calls, and everything. And I'm available every day except from 2 to 3. So just give me a call, email. I'm still around, just not in person. So, but moving on, next slide. Okay, so Georgia National Fair deadline is coming up tomorrow. And I think the important thing, if you're having any problems, they will be in the office tomorrow from 7 to 4 at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. At 4 o'clock, after 4 o'clock, there will be nobody there. So it's important if you get things checked off and all early tomorrow. Remember just some of the changes for this year. Beef cattle are just tattoos only. There's no place to put a tag number. I've had a lot of emails and phone calls. I can't put my tag number in. There's not a spot. That's correct. Only tattoos. No tags on the entry forms at all. Drinks rule changed a little bit. Of course, still classifications a little bit. No pending papers allowed. The schedule for the sheep and goats has changed. Make sure you recognize and see that. Next slide. Okefenokee Fair, new schedule on the species. You see that schedule? They changed it around. No species have to stay overnight. More than two nights. This time they've changed up things, making it really nice down there, doing a lot of things to the barns and all to make it more appeasing to everybody. Just doing an awesome job. Next one. Livestock ambassadors. Dr. Lynn Barber sent an email out just a few days ago. I forwarded, and no, I didn't forward that one. He copied me in that email. They want to do a lot of things, having ambassadors, livestock ambassadors. If you've gotten that email for the original counties there, for the Okefenokee Association, please reach back out to Dr. Barber. He really wants to get this ambassador program rolling. Next slide. Albany Fair. The show portal is on show portal this time. So it is open now. It closes on October 17th at midnight. Make sure you get all those entries in. It is open to the state of Georgia, East Alabama, and North Florida now. It is important that there will be no late entries this year. No late entries. So that's important about the Albany Fair. Schedules change some. We'll have some ag teachers being superintendents again. I'll be there also this year, but changing things up. And after the fair, if you go to it, they like to have your feedback. Please get it with all of us that's doing contests and different things over there, and let us know what you think and how to improve it. Next slide. There's some more, just the dates there. The biggest change is the contest moving to 2 p.m. on Fridays. That gives you an opportunity to go out into take your kids out into the midway and all when we get through those contests to maybe have a little more enjoyable day. Let them be kids there for a little while. So that's one of the major changes there. Next one. Area meets evaluation. So this one will be in the Atkinson County at the high school there on September 28th. It's the same as it was last year. 3 placing classes for seniors and juniors. 1 beef quality assurance year grading, which is a ribeye steak, and then the IDs, of course. It will start at 4:30 that day. Registration will be start at 3:45. Mr. Jerry Stone and Miss Stacy Vixen would be doing that contest for me that day and everything. So, but I'm still available for questions. I had one earlier from Mr. Jesse Kelly about it. Please call about meets evaluation. It is now open and it closes on September the 15th at midnight. Next one. So we started this year a little thing like Mr. Collins did Bull of the Woods last year. We're trying to do something like that for animal science teachers, calling it Championship Drive. It is on C-Turn. I sent an email out to everybody that if you're interested in doing that, competing in this, it is, of course, it's a 10-hour course. You must attend all 4 contests to be eligible for the credit. This is one thing that Mr. Billy Hughes wanted to see done, not just maybe 3 out of the 4, whatever, but all 4 of them and compete in them. And at the region banquets, we will have 1 South Region top animal science teacher from competing these contests and getting points. You have the point sheets already on your emails. If you're interested in doing that, please sign up for that class. Next slide. And you see the dates right on this one. It says at ABAC, but those are area 5 dates. Area 6 will be on the other dates will be fine. So that's just the way it was put in there. The email I sent you is more correct with more information. Next one. That's just some more of the things we're doing in that, which is meats, vet science, livestock evaluation, and poultry. So then coming up right there, right after Thanksgiving, will be the area of vet science. No changes to that. It will have 25 ID and a practicum for seniors and juniors. The location will be at Berrien County High School. It will open October 30th at 8 a.m. And it will close. November 16th at midnight. If you have any questions about any of that, please let me know. Thank y'all again. Keep updated or keep checking your emails and about all the updates as they come along. But the biggest thing right now is remember, tomorrow is the deadline for the Georgia National Fair. It's got to be in tomorrow. Thank y'all. Have a blessed day. Back to you, Mr. Beecham.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Claxton. Good to see you this afternoon. Glad you're doing well. All right, Mr. Stone.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Beecham. All right. They always say they save the best for last. So I'm glad to be here with all of you. Glad to see you on the Zoom, zooming in here. I've sent you an email that had a detailed list of all the things that updates, changes, and things that are coming up for this year. And so I'm just going to be very brief and roll through some of them here. But there is your track.
Is that a personal picture, Mr. Stone? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to figure that out, but I've got a better one. I should have put the video in there because somebody had asked me about judging tractor driving. They said whenever we do this, they wanted to help judge. But anyway, that's your tractor for this year. It's a 5050E John Deere. Your event this year that you will be competing at is at Coffee Middle School, September 21st. Check in for 3:45 to 4:30. And everybody must be registered by 4:30. Our state contest is once again at the Sunbelt Ag Expo in Moultrie, Georgia. And I will have to brag on Area 6 because they won the state contest last year, and that was Mr. Chisholm's boy. And I was trying to think the last time that Area 6 won the state contest, but congratulations to y'all. The additional test references are uploaded on the Ag Ed website under that box that you see there, additional test references. And there's 2 items that you need to pay attention to when you're studying for your examination this year. Your kids are studying for that is the PowerPoint there, which is Tractor Oils Lesson 2, and the How to Start a Diesel Tractor That Ran Out of Fuel all-in-one guide. And the 2 good references right there that you can use to teach. You can use as a substitute lesson plan, but make sure your kids do not hold out from looking at those references in preparation for the test. As well, you know, the main reference is the John Deere Fundamentals of Machine Operation Tractors book. Okay, final tips. And every year I say this, and I'm going to keep saying it just like they do at them bus driving meetings. Stop at the railroads and put the crossing gates out and open, all that kind of stuff. But I don't want to forget it again this year. Remember that you have 7 minutes to complete the course, okay? A maximum of 5 minutes to navigate the course without penalty. But we're getting a little bit better with this, but there's still some each year that come in and they just can't get that grain drill, fertilizer drill, I'm sorry, backed into that to the shed. So please continue to work on that. So I don't want to have to give your kid a 0 for being an incomplete drive. Don't forget the pre-warm-up items. Make sure he comes into class, he or she comes into class every day, and ask them to read off those pre-warm-up items. And don't forget the items that are, the minor things, because they do add up in points. PTO shields, ROPS, brake locks, seat belts, safety starting switch. Drill them into your kids' brains. And always work on backing the implement. That's mainly the biggest component of that driving operation. And don't forget your waivers. Please make sure that you have your students fill out both pages. If you need any assistance with these items, please call me. Once again, take a screenshot of your specs there. I think Mr. Beecham is going to email this presentation out. But you will be driving a 4-wheel drive. It'll have a sync shuttle transmission that and I think I did send that out in the email. Had some pictures of the driver's operator area. There's no front end loader on this tractor, but there is no forward, neutral, and reverse on the columns. So A, B, C on the left-hand side, and the gears 1, 2, 3 on the right-hand side. All right, we move to ATE. One of these days, I hope AT&T sponsors this contest, because I always want to call it the AT&T contest. But your event this in Area 6 is at Ware County High School at the shop area. You'll have tool identification, written exam, skill measurements will match the activity, which is electrical, 2-box problem in conduit. And once again, click for more information on the Ag Ed information sheet that I sent for the description sheet for this event. And also remember, it's for 6th through 9th graders, not 10th through 12th graders. Okay, Mr. Beecham, you can. And we got the Farm Credit Ag Mechanics Contest at the Sunbelt Expo. These are looking really good each and every year. Y'all, thank you for participating in this. They're really stoked to have this. People at Farm Credit do a great job. They're wood and metal projects. The deadline to register is October the 1st. And you can click on that link once again, or you can go back to my email. I've got the link inserted there. You can get all your 411 details. There will be no welding contest this year in November. It is moved to March. I know that a lot of you have been looking in the past. We've done this in November. The past 2 years, I do recall. But it's been moved back to March, and the reason being is, next slide, the FFA Creed contest. Okay, well, there is no video submissions this year for the preliminaries, so those are gone, but we are back live, so I got a big thumbs up there for you on that. And I do want to say to encourage you to continue videotaping your student doing the Creed presentation, and you and he or she can go back over and review it and pick out a few pointers. That was a really, really good thing we had going on there. I don't know, everything in education is like a pendulum. It swings this way one year and then it swings back in a couple years, and then it'll swing back the other way. So but just don't negate using that as a practice opportunity. But we're also going to offer you the opportunity at our fairs. I'm calling it the American Creed Idol, because it's going to be in that type of format at both the Albany Fair on October 27th and at the Waycross Fair on November the 8th. Mr. Chisholm's going to be doing the tool ID ag mechanic component at Waycross, and so I'm going to be conducting and holding a Creed. It will be very low key. It will not be like the area competition where your student will have to be in official dress. At the fairs, they can come just like they are and they can present the creed, and maybe the judges will be there will ask a few questions. And before they ever walk out of the arena or wherever we're going to be at, there will be some critiques, just like they do on American Idol, when they come in and they sing their few little lines, and then each judge, Simon Cowell may say they did good on this, but they need to work on all that kind of stuff. And so that's what we're kind of looking at the Waycross fairs, and then we will determine some winners and give it a little bit of prize money, I guess, whichever the Waycross and Albany fairs decide to do. But the area competition is at Berrien County on November the 30th, and everybody recites. Registration will begin at 3:45. Also, this will be like we did in the past when we had 4 rooms, and everybody who competed in that room will pull the top 3 from that room. So there will be a total of 12 to advance to the finals in March to compete for the area finals. So that's your creed contest for this year. And last thing I think I want to end up here on is EMC wiring. Well, next to last, I've got to talk about our rally. But our EMC wiring, we got training clinics, we got trainings, and we got practices. Okay. Our Area 6 Satilla EMC is November the 9th at Bacon County High School. We'll have a meal around 4:30 to 5 o'clock or after. And for those of you who want to come there, especially I know that Area 6 has some Colquitt EMC schools, but that one is in December the 7th. And wow, I just realized that should have been at the Moultrie EMC office, not Bacon County High School. So JR, don't think you've got to do this November the 9th and December the 7th there. That's just was a typo there. I just picked it out. Okay. The Okefenokee EMC contest, this will be January the 8th at Brantley County High School. And Mitchell EMC is back on board with their competition this year. That's going to be January the 9th at Pelham High School. And I think it's down there. Kind of go back to that last slide. I'm not seeing it showing up good here today on this Zoom, but there's your locations down there again. But all of these are going to start at 1 o'clock with the registration at 1:30, and we can go to the next one, Mr. Beecham. And our area CDs will be January 16th for Area 5, and Area 6 will be January the 18th at Bacon County High School. And the same start time and the same registration time. So that is our EMC wirings. Look for more information to come in the emails. As always, just like I told the first year teachers, read your emails. That should have all the 411 information and details there. And so that concludes my part. I do want to say a few things about the regional rally that's happening next Thursday in Moultrie. There were 65 chapters that signed up for the wiffle ball activities. So I'm drafting up an email that I wanted to have this meeting today, before, just like I told Area 5 Monday. But with that, I'm stoked to see that many people are interested in wiffle ball. And but we cannot hold a format with the logistics and the resources that we have to hold a tournament style. So that will now be a home run derby type of format, and you will see all that listed in an email coming out tomorrow. And so I'm looking forward to that. But I did want to update you on that. Also, the advisor challenge for the lawnmower course, that will have the rules and regulations in there for that. But please remember, you're not winning a zero-turn mower for your personal use or for your program or school. It will be the use of one for 1 month, and of a comparable size lawnmower that will be used at the area contest. So look for that email to come out tomorrow, and I thank you so much, and see y'all Thursday in Moultrie at Expo.
All right. Thank you, Jerry. Y'all
Yes,
give me
sir.
just a second. I got to go in and make it so that you can register for the class today. Let me do this real quick. There we go. Now we'll come back and there we go. All right. So if you are on your computer, scan that code and it's going to ask you a couple of questions, and that's how we'll do registration to know that you were in the meeting today. If you are on your phone, I know that I don't think you can scan it if you're looking at it on your phone. That's not possible. So if you're on your phone, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Email me and answer these two questions. Who is your state representative for your school area, and who is your state senator for your school area? So email that to me, those two questions, and then once you do that, then we'll have you as attending the meeting. I will send this out so that if you miss some information on there, you can see it again. Two things to tell you. One, on the rally, there'll be specific instructions on how to park. I specifically caught a lot of flack last year because of the parking situation. I don't think I gave adequate directions or instructions on that, and that'll just be on me. But know that I'm going to send those out this year. Make sure you follow those the best you can. Farm business management, there will be certain chapters identified for you to prepare for that. That should help you prepare your students for that. And then the Ag Ed CDE, that is going to be an area event this year. It'll happen in February. The lesson plans that you have to turn in, those will be due at Midwinter Conference, but you'll be getting some more information about that coming up pretty soon. All right, that concludes the meeting today. We'll stick around if you have any questions or you have any concerns. And as always, remember quality, integrity, and you got to love the kids. Thank you for being here today. Stay safe. Hope to see you real soon.
Mr. Beecham, you were still gonna take us all out to eat at Fancy Q's over in Waycross this evening, right?
Not tonight, but I do owe all of you a meal since we didn't get to go over there today. We'll do it some other time, I promise.
Hey, can we wait till middle of October before I get to eat?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to leave you out.
Hey,
Roads were passable today, Todd.
pretty
Uh-oh.
bad,
Even today?
pretty bad.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
there's just craters down our dirt road and just getting to the pavements and challenging it. Actually a tree right down the road, thank goodness you could turn off. What you been out here where it turns in, but right on the other side of the tree fell in the light lines.
Thank you.
Got entangled into it.